Take three. Oh my goodness, I am so tongue-tied today. It's Friday evening. Mr. White Wolf here, checking in. Just wanted to do a really quick video. I happen to be by myself. Doesn't happen very often, so I thought I'm gonna jump on and do a quick video because I've been doing some research and doing a few things, and I wanted to kind of share. And so here I am. Anyhow, I've been looking into my gardening for this summer, springtime. I've been looking at what is that I want to put in the dirt whenever it thaws out. A couple things. Now, I wanted to let you know that my yard right now, I mean, when I bought this place, it had beautiful flowers all around the property, and it still does. But there comes a time where in a witch's life where she wants to have things that she can use around her. It's beautiful to have the flowers there to look at, to sit out in the garden and to enjoy, but I want to be growing things that I can use. I do grow herbs, I do grow vegetables, and I have some fruit, and I have a couple of gardens, like garden beds for food, but some of these flowers, other than they're just pretty to look at, I can have other flowers and other herbs that are pretty to look at and useful to me. So I kind of wanted to share my thoughts on what I was going to do this year, and maybe if anyone's watching that wants to share their thoughts on what they're going to do this year, then maybe we can all share. So I live in Nova Scotia, so it's a bit harsh up here, the weather can be. So when I'm thinking about what I'm going to put in the dirt, I have to be very mindful of that. And if I am buying seeds, I have to understand that they're not going to go in the earth at the same time as somebody on the Pacific coast or as someone in the south of the states, or even the Midwest. Our growing season, really, it's not safe to put anything in the ground here that can, has the least bit of sensitivity until probably the end of June, realistically, mid to end of June. We get a lot of rain, we get a lot of high winds. I live at the top of a hill, so that can be problematic. So if I can grow as much as I can inside and then put it outside, then that's what I do. Otherwise, I just put it in the ground a little bit later. And we get what we get in the end. If I take care of it, it gets lots of sun, it gets lots of water, it will grow. So anyway, some of the things I'm thinking about planting this year. I don't have a cedar tree, and I'm not going to be able to order that online, of course, but I've been thinking over the last couple of years that I would like to have a cedar tree because they're good to have, to use magically for purification. You can use it as an incense. It's a great thing to have on your yard, even by your front door, for protection. It smells great. It's said that they keep insects away. Why not? That's perfect. That's a perfect natural thing to help me out. Plus, I'd like to trim some of the branches from time to time and use them to sage, like as you would a sage, to cleanse your magical tools or even your candles or anything like that. That's what I would like to use that for. So I'm going to find a cedar tree and I'm going to plant it. A bay tree. Now, that could be tricky here because, like I said, I'm in Nova Scotia and I don't know anybody that has a bay tree in their yard. I don't know anybody that has a rosemary tree in their yard. I can't get rosemary. Rosemary is said to be like a perennial here. It will come back. Mine never does. Mine dies, and it doesn't come back. It's too harsh here. So, anyway, back to the bay tree. But I do have a friend that's growing a bay tree inside of her house. And I am growing, actually, it'd be quite similar because it's a Mediterranean kind of tree. It likes a dry, cactusy kind of soil. So, as would my olive tree wants that as well. And plus, when they grow, it's really neat because it's kind of gnarly and it's interesting. Plus, you can use a bay tree for lots of things. If any of the watchers online here that are watching this video, if you watch any of Ember Honeyraven's videos, a couple of years ago, she did a video on, she had put some things that she wanted to say goodbye to, that she had intended to say goodbye to from the previous year onto a bay leaf. She did a little meditation, she did a little ritual, and then she lit them on fire and she said goodbye. It was her intention to say goodbye to those things that she had written on her bay leaves. And as we all know, magic is 95% intention. You can have all the pretty divination tools, you can have all the, well, the books are important too, but you can have all the pretty divination tools, the magic jars, the spell books, you know, if you don't have intention, you don't really have magic. So anyway, I'm running off at a tangent there, but that bay tree exercise, the ritual with the bay leaves that Ember had done, really worth looking at. So if anybody has her on their list, check it out. Excuse me. So another thing that I want to get, because, and I have done it in the past, I have bought ornamental grasses or something that's similar to like an ornamental straw. And I've used it for crafts. I make grapevine wreaths. I didn't this year because of my hand, and I put little stars in them so that they're pentacles, and I put lots of little magical herbs and symbols and beautiful things and give them to my witchy friends. But this year I decided, I haven't done it yet, to make a Bridges cross. Now, the thing about the Bridges cross, if you live where I live or someplace where the weather is harsh and you don't have those supple green workable reeds that you watch YouTube videos on and look out the window wishing that you could find them. What we do here is, well, what any witch does is you're resourceful with what you can find. So what I did is I went to the beach and I got some beach straw. The thing is with the beach straw or any kind of ornamental grasses, which is what I want to actually grow the ornamental grass for, is that you have to soak it for an hour before you work with it. Maybe even more. I did soak it for 45 minutes and it wasn't enough. I started to, there's some wonderful videos showing you how to make the Bridges cross out there. Maybe what I'll do later on once I find it is I'll attach it to this video. But unless you have something you can work with, something that's kind of, doesn't have to be supple, but something that's workable, it's tough. It's very tough. I mean, you could probably use really stiff twine if you had it. You can use, well, of course, some people use drinking straws, but I wouldn't recommend that because, of course, you know, what they're doing to the environment. Pipe cleaners, you know, there's lots of things that you could use. But if you're going to make something somewhat authentic that you can throw into the fire next year whenever you make your new Bridges cross, then that's what I would go with. So what I'm doing is I'm going to grow some ornamental grass that is straw-like, so that I could actually use it for that purpose. Plus, I'm going to take you for a little walk. I made a little Bridget doll. I'm always taking you in the dark with me. This is crazy. Oh, and she's downstairs. Anyway, I'll have to show that later. I made a Bridget doll out of some straw that a friend of mine, and that wasn't actually straw, it was grass, a grass that a friend of mine had brought over to my house. But you could very easily use the ornamental grass for that as well. So anyway, that's what I'm going to look for. Lavender. Lavender's for peace and love and for calmness. The scent, if anybody works with essential oils, is amazing. For me, anyhow, it does calm me down. It makes me feel peaceful and loving. You know, you can use it, like you can make a spray for your pillows if you're someone that doesn't mind having it that close to their face, or even for a spray to put into your purse. And if you're at work at a toxic workplace, you could spray that around a little bit, as long as you didn't have anybody that was real sensitive to scents that was around you. Or if you get in there really early in the morning, spray it around your desk. Go into your boss's room, spray it in their office, along with maybe like a sugar packet, and just kind of sprinkle that around there too. Anyway, moving on. Oh, before I forget, last year I actually made smudge sticks with basil, thyme, a little bit of thyme, and some sage that I was growing out in my garden. So that's another thing you can use basil for. And rosemary too. Rosemary's amazing protective magical herb. So I don't have a tree, but I can grow a plant. I use it for my food, of course. You could take a cleansing bath with it. You put a sprig of it. I mean, it doesn't fall apart real easy, but you could put a sprig of it in the bath. You're going to ritual, or if you're going to do some magical workings, or if you just want to calm down, or if you had a bad day, or if you're feeling off, put some of that in your bath water. Put a sprig of it in your bath water, and it will help. You can burn it as an incense. I was at a ritual not too long ago. Actually, it might have been just after Samhain, before the solstice, and that's what they used, was rosemary. Again, witches are resourceful. You use what you have, and if it has the same kind of properties like sage does, if it's purifying, then why wouldn't you use it? It smells pretty good when it's burnt. I didn't mind it. Plus, some people use it as a sprig to sprinkle a holy water or cleansing water on people whenever you're doing a ritual, or around your space, or on your tools. Anyway, lots of uses there. I make little notes before I come on here because I can't remember everything. Did I say basil? Basil's good for love. It's good for money spells. It's good for prosperity. It tastes amazing. You can crush it up. You can use it in mojo bags. You can do lots of things with basil. A lot of culinary herbs that we grow or even have in our cupboards, there's so many magical properties in them. Even thyme. I burn thyme with in my smudge sticks that I make here at home. If you're if you're crafting anything to use for your practice, it's that much stronger because it has your intention in it, and it has your energy in it. So even better. That's actually working magic. That's how you work witchcraft into your everyday life. If you could find little things to do that where you put your own energy into something, to change it, to make it better, to make the energy in a room better, to make the energy to cleanse away somebody else's negativity, to help somebody be calm. All these little things that we do, that's magic. It doesn't have to be big magic. I'm not talking about Gerald Gardner and their group, dancing in the woods trying to end the war. Little things are a big deal in a lot of people's lives. Anyway, so anything like that is magical. Went off on a tangent again. Okay, so I wanted to share with you before I keep going. I had talked the other day about making infused vinegar. So I figured, well, I'm going to make some infused vinegar because it's coming close to, it will be springtime soon enough, and I use vinegar all the time. I clean with vinegar and baking soda and Dawn dish detergent and salt and lemon juice. Sometimes I use citric acid. I make my own products. I have sensitive skin. I'm getting older. I have my mother's sinuses. I can't handle too much perfume anymore. So, and plus I have animals, and I have other people that live here in my house that are like that as well. Sometimes there's nothing worse than having to clean a room and the smell cuts through your face like a knife. So the little things that you can do to help yourself, plus you put your own energy into things that you want to to cleanse with. Again, more magic. Even if it's kitchen witchery, it's still magic. So anyhow, In this jar is probably a cup and a half of vinegar. I had peeled a large orange and I cut it off in little sections. Like, you know, I really ripped the peels really well because I want this to infuse really well. I did this yesterday. I wanted to infuse for 2 weeks, so I put on my fancy label what it is: infused vinegar, infused orange peel vinegar, and that it will be ready by February 22nd, 2018. So what you want to do after 2 weeks is get a strainer and strain this, what's in this, into a brand new jar. And then you can use this for whatever it is that you want to use it for. Floor wash, glass cleaner, stainless steel cleaner, all kinds of things. Toilet cleaner, whatever it is that you want to use. So anyway, that's the vinegar story. Okay, where was I with the rest of this stuff? So there's a couple of other herbs that I wanted to look into. I use mugwort. You know, mugwort's a great herb, so I'm actually going to look online and keep doing my research because I want to see, I want to plan what I want to put where, and I want to plan where I'm going to buy from. I think I'm looking at buying from Alchemy Works. A lot of my friends purchase from them. They have a lot of magical herbs. They're very, very well versed in exactly what it is that they're good for. They've been around for a long time, and the prices are reasonable. It's to ship in Canada. It's crazy no matter what, but it's your one-stop shop if you're a witch, and that's kind of what I want. So I'm going to look there, and I'm going to do some more planning, and I'm going to think about what it is that I want to have. You know, there's more things. I mean, goodness, I'd love to have a rowan tree, right? Lots of things you could do there. You could use the branches for, you could make a broom. You could make a broom out of the rowan branches with the leaves. You could cleanse and sweep away at your ritual space outside. I mean, the leaves on a rowan tree are just beautiful, and the berries, you could, lots of things you could do there too. You could make an ink if you wanted to. You could dry them. You could decorate with them. You know, they're orange, so you could use your chakra work with them. Lots of things. Be resourceful. That's what being a witch is all about. Just be resourceful. Anyway, I hope I haven't bored everybody to death. But anyway, if you like my videos, just hit a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe if you like. If not, that's okay. I'm going to keep going. It's actually good. It makes me feel connected. And I know that there are some people that watch, so that's great. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great weekend. We're coming up to a new moon soon, so a good time to do some new moon work and get rid of anything that you want to get rid of. Just push all that crap in your life away, and so that you can make way for the new stuff. Anyway, I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. Thanks so much for tuning in. Blessed be.